So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Mars in the 11th house in Capricorn for Pisces ascendant people. And what happens when Mars is in the 11th house in Capricorn? Well, it rules the second and ninth house. So in this particular case, you will see with Pisces ascendant people, they get cheated big in terms of banking, money, or property by either their social circles or by their own elder sibling. Okay? Most definitely it'll happen. The other thing you will also happen is that father will gain the maximum success by relying on his younger siblings or siblings in general. They would be the catalyst of making your father successful. You will also see with this particular Mars that especially father and brother will first of all have a very similar characters and personality. But you will see both of them will do certain penances in their life. Okay, especially if it's an elder sibling, you will see they will do a lot of penances. They will say, I'm not going to do this until I achieve this, and they will do that. They will tell the mother, do not cook me my favorite food until I have passed this exam, because if I don't, I will not eat this food until I have passed this exam. And that's how their success tends to come into play. Here, Mars becomes a little extremely brave. Like with Pisces ascendant, depending upon the degree of the ascendant too, though, with this Mars in Capricorn, a person is so brave, they're not afraid of seeing death in front of them. If somebody just got into some accident, they were in some bad neighborhood, somebody got shot, they saw it, they'll just be like, all right. They'll be fascinated with it, actually. Okay. But on the other hand, you will see one issue that occurs with this person is that the promise that they give, okay, they keep it. But there's some strange variation in fulfilling that promise that happens. And then they will deny it because they themselves will not remember that this is exactly what the terms of the promise was. This Capricorn Mars person, okay, especially will show that if you have a younger brother or elder brother, okay, they will give their duty and commitment to people sometimes at the wrong time. Okay? Like the thing is, the moments that they're looking to save someone, they will blame someone. You should not do this. When they're supposed to be blaming someone, why did you do this? They'll be, oh, no, let me save you. Sometimes there's this duality happens with this Mars. Okay. But Mars is able to have a highest of achievements. This person themselves will able to have highest of achievements, highest of capacity to earn big money, especially like in fields of property, minerals, engineering. They can earn big money. Okay. And you will see this person is an absolute risk taker. They will overdo anything connected with gains, money, and social circles. Like they'll overdo things for them to please them. Now, don't think just because Mars is exalted, this person has to have a good valor, good character, good morals. No. What did I say? They are brave. Brave does not mean good or bad. Okay? They're brave enough to hit you and not worry about the consequences. This is what you have to understand about crude planets like Mars, Sun, Ketu, Saturn. When they become strong, they don't have concept of the punishment afterwards. They're like, what I'm doing is right, and I'm going to go for it. If a planet becomes weak, Okay, if a planet is weak, then a planet is afraid. They're like, if I get into this bar fight, and what if I injure this person to a point that now then they will sue me and take everything that I have and not and even more just for this one moment of arrogance. Forget it. I'll take the high road. So what happens with a weaker planet, weaker Mars, they're able to console themselves to get out of a certain manic situation. Where a brave and a strong Mars is like, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm going to stand up to you. What are you going to do? Let's do it. Let's square up. And this is where you will see, like, whatever, whether it's an innocent person or a criminal, why is it that they're spending their life in prison and there's documentary being made on them? It's because they had that courage to just push themselves to either pull that trigger or push that knife inside. And it didn't change them. Because Mars is a stone, Mars is a rock. And in Capricorn, Mars becomes a rock of the battlefield, which has seen bloods and wounds. So I'm not going to be like saying, well, this is a good or bad Mars, because how do I know where Mars is from your Jupiter, from your karma, which is Saturn? What is your moon thinking when you're about to take action? What type of action do you really want to take? So we have to see all these things. Okay, and it's funny because I have obsessively studied charts of criminals. Okay. And obviously one of the things that I found is the 410 axis. Their psychological side was always messed up, and I always found Mars and Sun to be the strongest in their chart. On the other hand, you will also see that this person will always protect the family. That becomes the number one concern. And in protecting their family, they will make the biggest enemy out of their relatives. And they will naturally destroy the enemy. You will see the moment, and this is something, let me know in the comments. The moment you established your family, meaning you got married and you had your own, children and all of those things, the mother side of family, especially like your maternal uncle or aunt, suffer. Some health issue, financial issue would have arose during that particular time. So let me know if that occurred. Like especially either when you started working, somebody in the maternal side of family could have passed away. Okay. So, and especially because Mars is in a feminine sign of Capricorn, it will be concerning some female. Okay. But if not that, then definitely it shows that one has to have enemies with this Mars. Because in order for you to protect your family, you have to deal with obstacles, enemies, hurdles. Enemy may not be a person with a weapon. An enemy could simply be the circumstances in life. Okay. And then I also see that especially for females, they will have a C-section. This person, whether a mother or father, will dominate their children, will have to have full control over their children, and they will not let their children compromise for anything. Like, they will not make deals, they will not compromise whatever it is. And this is where this person has to be careful, because their relationship with their children will become tarnished. Everybody thinks that they are going to be the best parent, best mother, best father, but as the child grows up, especially after they become teen, which I'm telling you, I'm a father of teens. Okay? That's when the real parenting starts. That balance, that fine balance between being a friend and being a parent. It's a very fine line. I think I've mastered it. Hopefully, I've mastered it. But you just got to make sure that things are done right, but in a proper way and a proper balance. Okay. So anyway, you guys, this was my Mars in the 11th house in Capricorn. Next week, we'll do Mars in the 12th house in Aquarius. Bye-bye.